Don't miss these 5 things in GTA Online before March 26. There is some great bonuses, discounts, free cars, and even some solid returning cars you can pick up before March 26 rolls around. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and let's get straight into it. To begin with, we have the St. Patrick's Day rewards. This will be the last chance to take advantage of these different things. There was a login unlock, which would get you the Blarney's Festive Beer hat. Honestly, a pretty cool thing, and you might not be able to get this again in GTA Online. Unfortunately, that was only available for PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and also PC Enhanced. Alongside that, the Blarney's Stout Tea was also a login unlock. You might have also noticed the Lucky Clovers collectibles and the Golden Clover collectibles. If you guys are into collectibles in GTA Online, this might be something to complete before the 26th of March comes around. The best way to go about finding these things is to use a website like GTA Lens or GTA EU, and you should have no problem finding them. Like many other collectibles in GTA Online, they will have some different clothing items and some cash rewards you can get as well. So honestly, pretty nice, and the collectibles themselves do look really cool. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have been doing these things. Moving away from the St. Patrick's Day rewards, we now have the bonus money from this week. We got some pretty nice things, but nothing really too good. First up, we had a triple money and RP on the Gerald contact missions. Probably the best bonus this week in my opinion. It should be able to rank you up really fast, even if you do play these things solo. After that, we also got the double money on the document forgery cell missions. Granted, it can make you just more money than the Gerald contact missions. The document forgery itself is really just not a good business, even with the double money and RP, making you around $300,000 with full stock with the double money bonus. For reference, things like the Acid Lab can make that money without any bonuses. Even knowing this, I still think the document forgery is a pretty nice starter money method, but in the grand scheme of things, you will be wasting a lot of time. There was also a double research progress from the bunker research missions. This is another really nice bonus if you guys have a bunker and you have yet to complete all of the research inside and unlock these different liveries and different weapons. This will definitely help you a lot. All you have to do to start these things is phone Agent 14 and request bunker research. You then complete the mission, return the research to your bunker, and in turn get some research progress for that. The reason this is quite good is because the bunker can be researching in the background whilst you complete these things. So yeah, if you guys have not been doing this yet, use the last few days of this weekly update to get as much research as possible. Another thing that I also want to include in this section, because I think it is still quite relevant, and I also do not want to include it in a separate section, will be the weekly money methods. None of these things will have any bonuses, but I still think they are well worth including if you guys forget about them. First of all, the weekly challenge was to win 3 death matches. That will get you $100,000. Next, the new FIB priority file from this week was the black box file. If you have a garment factory, definitely complete that and do these bonus challenges for an additional $50,000. We then had the salvage yard robberies. You could find the Duggan robbery for the Anis S80RR, the McToney robbery for the Karen Hot Ring Everon, and the Gangbanger robbery for the Karen Bar. If you guys already have these businesses like the Garment Factory and Salvage Yard, I do think it is always worth completing these things with each weekly update. If you don't do them, you might be potentially missing out on a few $100,000 or potentially even more. The final weekly money method is the time trials. Another nice thing to do in the meantime. The standard time trial was called Route 68 and the HSW time trial was East Vinewood to Vespucci Beach. So yeah, doing the things with bonus money and also the weekly money methods is also really nice to do. Make sure to take advantage of these things before March 26 because all of them will refresh. Now for the discounts from the weekly update, we honestly got some really nice ones. Starting off really simple, we had a free LSIA vehicle warehouse, which carried over from the last week. If you guys are needing a vehicle warehouse, this is a really nice one to get. Its retail price is roughly around $2 million, so very nice to get this for free. If you already do have a vehicle warehouse and you have some cars stored inside, you will have to sell all of the vehicles before you can trade in your current vehicle warehouse. So something to potentially keep in mind if that is something you want to do. There was also a free rocket Voltic. You can find this on the Warstock Cash and Carry website. Definitely worth picking up. However, I do believe you will also need to have that vehicle warehouse to store it inside. As long as you guys have one vehicle warehouse, you will be able to get the rocket Voltic for free. Next up, we have a 50% off the executive offices and all ammunition. Another really nice discount. You can pick up any office you want for half price. The only problem with that discount is the fact it does not include any of its upgrades, but still it is a massive saving. You can can finally upgrade and get the Maze Bank office if you want it for about $2 million without any upgrades. With this week, we also got a 40% off the document forgery offices, including its upgrades, and a really nice one is the Mark II weapon conversions, which typically cost quite a bit of cash depending on the weapon. So this week was a perfect opportunity to take some of your standard weapons that have the Mark II conversions and upgrade them. The Special Carbine Mark II and even the Carbine Rifle Mark II are both really solid choices to do that on, and of course other things like the Heavy Sniper Mark II if you are yet to do that. For some 30% discounts, we had these vehicles. Compared to the last discounts we just went through, I don't really think too many vehicles really stand out. I think my favourite one personally will probably be the Declasse Drauga or even the Vapid Rettel. The final discount is the gun van discounts, where you guys can get a massive 40% off all weapons, or if you guys have GTA Plus, a 50% off instead. For this next section, we now move on to the free cars this weekly update. At the casino for the Lucky Wheel podium vehicle, we had the Benefactor Shalgan GT. Honestly, a surprisingly good car. If you guys have never owned the one before, or even had the chance to test drive it, it is surprisingly quite good. I think one main takeaway of the Shalgan GT is the sound of the vehicle. It reminds me of the Sterling GT. And the second free vehicle was the Albany Cavalcade XL. To get this one, just win in the LS Car Meet series anytime before March 26. So it should be relatively straightforward. Would I say this one is worthwhile? Probably not. I don't really like these style of vehicles, but if you guys do, that is a relatively simple challenge to complete, and it should take you roughly 5 minutes. The last thing that I do want to cover from the weekly update is the test track vehicles. We at long last had some really nice ones, starting off at Simeon's Auto Shop or PDM, where we have the best selection. We have the returning Benefactor Feltzer, Rapid GT, Coquette, Overflawed Entity XF, and the Western Damon Custom. So yeah, out of all of these vehicles there, the Benefactor Feltzer and the Entity XF are quite easily my go-to choices. The Feltzer is a very rare vehicle ever since Rockstar removed it, and began adding it back with different weekly updates. The Entity XF is also probably in the same category now, again ever since Rockstar removed it. It still holds up really well, and both of these cars do look really cool and incredible. Next up, we have the Luxury Autos dealership. You can find the Rapid GTX and the ProGen Luiva. Two really good cars. I think if I was going to choose between the two of them, I would probably pick the Rapid GTX. And the last place for the test track vehicles is the LS Car Meet. You could find the Carbon Azar, the Karin 190Z, and the Fiore GT, with the HSW test ride being the Euros X32. So yeah, this week in GTA Online, a lot of really nice test rides in my opinion, with the two standout options being the Feltzer and the Entity XF. So yeah, overall, that will really wrap it up for this video. Going through all of these best things from the weekly update, this pretty much covers the entirety of the week, and hopefully this really just helps you out if you are really short on time and don't want to miss out on some different features like the discounts, or even some of the things with bonus money. As always, if you went on to enjoy this video or found it useful in any way, shape or form, leave a like. I always do appreciate it. And if you are new to the channel and like what you see, subscribe and hit that bell icon to never miss a video. Finally guys, stay safe, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.